connection? Okay, we'll call to order the Planning Committee meeting of Tuesday, October 4th. Can I have a motion on the minutes? Moved. Thank you. Seconded. All those in favor, contrary, carried. The next meeting will be the 2 weeks after October 18th. We're canceling the one on the 18th in that there is no work to be dealt with at that time, and we're caught up to date. So mark your calendars, and there will be no meeting on the 18th. Okay? And the first item is an application by Iqbal Singh Buller for rezoning at 10331 and 10333 Bird Road from single detached RS1E to single detached RS2B zone. And recommendation is give first reading. And Mr. Craig, you're on for this one. Except
yes,
it'll be Suzanne Smith.
Suzanne here. I will actually defer to Mr. Andrews to introduce the application.
All right, there we go. Go for it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will be providing a brief summary for this item and wanted to highlight that the rezoning is to facilitate the subdivision of one single detached lot into two single detached lots with vehicle access from Bird Road, which complies with the single family lot size policy for the area. There's an existing non-conforming 2-unit dwelling on the property occupied by the property owners. A secondary suite is to be provided in both new single-family dwellings consistent with the city's affordable housing policy. 2 trees are on the property are to be retained and protected. Staff worked with the applicant team to ensure that the proposed Lot 2 allowable building envelope has been purposely modified to facilitate the retention of a magnolia tree located in the front yard. And the applicant has agreed to plant 5 new trees on the proposed Lot 1 and 3 new trees on proposed Lot 2 for a total of 8 trees, in addition to the 2 trees being retained. And lastly, landscape security is also required to ensure the replacement trees are planted and maintained. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, I've got one. On our PLN 12, they said due to the building envelope was already constrained due to tree retention in the front yard. I guess my question on these, if we were to ask for a 2-bedroom suites in these dwellings, what would we have to do so?
Through the chair, given that the homes are still to be designed and the future homes are to be occupied by the current homeowners, there's still an opportunity for larger size suites to be built and applied through the building permit process. Despite the existing tree and the right-of-way constraints, we've secured a minimum 1-bedroom secondary suite for each of the properties.
So what about the status of this magnolia tree in terms of the front yard? Is that the only one? There's no fir, there's no cedar trees?
To the chair, one cherry tree is being removed in the front yard of Lot 2. The magnolia tree is being retained. It's in good condition and was deemed to be retained.
I guess my point here is not that this particular one, but particularly it comes to is, we always get these one bedroom, and maybe we should be asking for more if we want to have affordable housing or suites that can be rented out, et cetera, to people. So anyhow, I just thought I'd put that on the table for now. I'm not sure if there are any other questions. I can't see any from anybody.
Move recommendation.
Okay, seconded. Any further discussion then? All those in favor? Contrary? All right, it'll go to council on Monday. All right, the next is the draft use strategy. And the recommendation is the draft use strategy is outlined by the draft use strategy from 2022-23, dated August 23rd, from the Director of Community Social B. And I'd like to add the words approved in principle, given item number 2 on it. that staff be authorized to seek public feedback on the draft youth strategy for the purpose of finalizing the strategy, and staff report back to council the final youth strategy, including a summary of the public feedback. So my suggestion is to add be approved in principle in number 1 as a friendly amendment and/or make it as a motion, because we're sending it out for feedback, et cetera. And if we rubber stamp it and there are some changes coming, you've already approved it. Principal takes it back, so it has to come back to council. Alexa?
Thank you through the chair. Thank you to staff for this. I know a lot of work's gone into this, and I know we're all quite concerned about the health and mental health of our youth in Richmond. It talks about the youth being generally happy, and I'm wondering, did we do this study ourselves, or were we partnering with somebody else?
Okay. Who's got the answer? Chris?
Through the chair to Councillor Liu, a good deal of the data that's contained in the youth profile was acquired through the BC Adolescent Health Survey, information that was collected in 2018, and was supplemented by data collected on grade 8 students in Richmond in the 2020 and 2021 school year, which is specific through the Middle Years Development Instrument.
Okay, thank you, because it seems to me we were looking at some data on slightly older kids in high school, and it had shown a decline in their sense of well-being. And so I was just wondering, you know, where I'd seen that, because I seem to recall having had that discussion here around the table, and, you know, us wondering where that was coming from. So how are we combining those two concepts together to maybe keep track of where our kids actually are? So if it's older kids that are maybe feeling a bit different, and then how we address that differently, or if we do.
Through to the chair to Councillor Liu, there is some well-being data contained in the draft profile on PLN 65. That youth well-being data does indicate that there has been a decline in the data that was collected pre-COVID to this data collected in 2020, 2021.
Okay, so I wasn't mistaken. I did recall correctly that we'd seen that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Carol?
Thank you very much. Well, I think this is timely. I mean, doing the youth strategy, we really need to make sure that our youth are in good shape. I was surprised by some of the data that was in the report. 78% of our youth speak another language in their home other than English, at least part-time, and 1/3 were born outside of BC. Those are really high numbers. And given that there are 5 priorities and 34 action items in the report, I really think this is something that needs to be done, because the fabric of Richmond is changing, and we need to stay ahead of the curve. So thank you for your work. I think this is a good time to do it. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, I would move the recommendation with the approval in principle.
No, second.
Second? All those in favor? Contrary? Carried. So those words will be added. Okay, thank you. A housing agreement for bylaw 10135 to permit the city of Richmond to secure affordable housing units at 5491 number 2 road. And the agreement is that the housing agreement, 5491 number 2 road, in the bylaw, be introduced and give first, second, and third readings to permit the city to enter into a housing agreement substantially in the form of the attached hereto, in accordance with the requirements of Section 483 of the Local Government Act, and secure the affordable housing units required by the DP that is listed there, 19-866690. Okay, and Kim Somerville's on this one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have no further information to add. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Harold? Councillor Steves, you're muted. There we are.
Symptom of old age. I'm talking to myself. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really pleased with this report. It's been a long time coming, and I think it's a good use. My question is this the last property that we own in the area now? I think it is.
The works here.
Through the chair to Councillor Steves, I'd like to defer this question to the Director of Real Estate, who is here and who will be able to respond in terms of properties that the city owns.
Through the chair to Councillor Steves, that would be the last one if you're talking about the oval lands. That's correct.
Right, yeah. Okay, this goes way back because the Oval Land was actually part of the original Brighouse estate that the city acquired, goodness knows, around mid 1960s. And I think this is something to be celebrated because it's provided land for the city for decades, and now we're finally, the last piece is going to affordable housing, and I think that's highly significant. So congratulations to staff for putting this together, and I look forward to seeing it built.
Okay, great, thank you. Carol?
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to point out to the public that this little parcel of land is at the corner of River and Number 2 Road on, the very north end of Richmond, close to the Number 2 Road Bridge. So it's kind of tucked away, and this is an excellent use for it. And I'm also really pleased that we're going to give priority to Richmond residents, because we don't want to attract people that are homeless from all over the Lower Mainland. We want to make sure we take care of the ones who are Richmond people to begin with, to start with. So, thank you.
Yeah, I just support what's going on there.
Goldie, where are you?
Sorry, I just support what's in the report. We're getting 80 units, which is no small set of units. But also just as important is the Pathways and the Pathways program. As you well know, you remember they were on Elmbridge Way with their offices and what have you. And the Pathways Clubhouse Society is an extremely good partner, and it's a very nice way to do things to finish up what they've done, and they're involved in the stories as well. So very, very happy to see that that their people will get as many of them as possible to look after. Okay, I'm only sorry it's 80 units. It would be nice if it was 200, but obviously we've got restrictions in that area. So with that, a motion to give it first, second, and third reading.
So moved.
Seconded. All those in favor? Contrary, carried. Okay, thank you very much. And now we can go to managers' reports. If we have any,
Yes.
go ahead,
Through
Suzanne.
the chair.
Yep.
Yes, if I
you're
may. We would like to introduce the newest member of our development applications team, Laurel Eaton. So she joins us as a planning technician to help us with some of the smaller scale developments. She recently joined us from the city of Coquitlam, and we're very happy to have her join the City of Richmond team.
Well, welcome
So,
aboard.
wait,
Good to see you,
say a
Laurel.
quick call.
Thanks for leaving Coquitlam. Okay, you came to a better place. It's okay. Well, anything else from managers?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have one announcement. I'd like to introduce Roberto Abiabi, and he is our new manager for affordable housing, and comes with a breadth of experience and has recently worked with BC Housing. So he has joined us, and we're welcome to have him on our team.
Roberta, welcome aboard. Again, same.
He was at Astor, I think, right?
Yeah. Anything else? Keep it coming, okay? We got time. Nobody else? No other manager support? Okay, motion to adjourn then?
So
So
moved.
move second. All those in favor, contrary, carried. We do have an in-camera item. So